Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Okay, I know this has been like way too long and Smash Bros technically ended because it's well past the middle of February, but I still have quite a few Smash Bros videos, so I kind of want to do these Smash Bros videos. Now, okay, so let's get this going. So, you know Cloud, right? In Smash Brothers, how, people were super hyped for Cloud, well, I personally wasn't, but like, and you got a stage, the Midgar stage, that's fine and all, until you look at its music list, and you're thinking, wait a minute, something is not right here. So you got the Final Fantasy VII battle theme and the Final Fantasy VII boss theme, and that's it. And then you go at the Ultimate, thinking, okay, maybe since if Square Enix is allowing Cloud to come back for Ultimate, surely they're gonna allow at least some other things related to Final Fantasy, and they did not. Like not even new spirits. They just. Like, the only spirits related to Final Fantasy are the ones for Cloud and the Advent Children for Cloud, and not even the original art, it's just the Smash art. Wow. Talk about, like, lazy pardon on the end of Square Enix. Like, why are they so protective of this dude? Like, could they just instead have some other character? Maybe have, characters actually more of a big deal in the series than Cloud is? I know Cloud is the, basically the mascot of Final Fantasy at this point, but there are others that are a lot more. So, okay, but the point here is, okay, so let's take that goddamn terrible song list from Midgar and expand it, okay? Okay. So, what kind of Final Fantasy music I want on Smash Brothers? That's kind of the whole point of this video. So, I didn't want to include way too many songs, as I kind of don't want to have as much representation as some of the other series that are just kind of there. So I'm gonna put 20 songs. Aside from those two, I'm gonna put 20 songs. Most of them from just the original songs, but a few I wanted to hear a remix just for Smash Brothers. Okay. And they will span from most of the series, so not all of them are going to be Final Fantasy VII. But I'm still going to put like a large chunk of it from Final Fantasy VII because it's its stage, so that's the stage comes from that game, so it makes sense and fair for Final Fantasy VII to still get more representation than the others. Okay, let's begin. Now, how the heck did Square Enix tell Sakurai, well, we're gonna allow you to put Cloud, and we're gonna put a couple of songs from FF7, and not include the freaking prologue. The kind of main theme of Final Fantasy. The main theme of Final Fantasy, the do that thing. Like, why isn't it there? So I was thinking, for Final Fantasy 1 representation, have a remix of the prologue. The main theme of Final Fantasy. If not, I can just put the original 8-bit prologue of Final Fantasy 1 to represent 1. But also, not just represent 1, I want a couple other songs from 1. So I was thinking, maybe a remix of the original Final Fantasy 1 battle theme. I mean, alternatively, you could also put like a whole battle theme medley from Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 6. There's this thing, the 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy song, which it incorporates the main theme of every Final Fantasy from 1 through 15. So maybe something along the lines of that you could probably put. I don't think they're going to put that specifically. If they include that specifically, then it'll probably take forever to get to the 7 part, because how long that song is. So I'm thinking maybe don't put that giant medley. Just put maybe like medley from 1 through 6, and that's fine. And also, one more thing. I also want to include the first boss theme from Final Fantasy 1. And the reason is because, for those of you who know about Record Keeper, that's the regular boss themes, from GBA, PSP, are barely ever used in Record Keeper, despite, making sense in it. I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy 1 NES doesn't use any other battle theme other than this original one, but the re-releases since then have included more, so just have that. And I kind of like the boss theme 1 or boss theme 2, and over the final boss theme because I just think it just sounds better. Okay, so that's it for one representation. That's it for two representation. Now, granted, I don't think most people know what Final Fantasy II is, and I don't blame you. Just so you know, it has my favorite character of all time. But just for the sake of saying this is Final Fantasy II representation, but also kind of like a representation as a whole for the series, let's have the Chocobo theme. Like either a remix of Chocobo theme, or like a medley between all the different Chocobo themes from the series. Like maybe just the original Final Fantasy II one, maybe have Samba the Chocobo from 4, and Mambo the Chocobo from 5, Cinco the Chocobo from 7, Fiddle the Chocobo from 7, and maybe have why not add Pulse the Chocobo from 13. That'll be nice. I mean, granted, it's a whole bunch of different music styles, but maybe they find a way to incorporate well into one big Chocobo theme. But of course, you can also put like have the Chocobo theme, which is a remix of the whole Chocobo theme. And I say the Chocobo theme because the Chocobo theme and Chocobo themselves originated from 2, so that's why I put it as representation 2. Alternatively to all of that, so if they're not going to do the Chocobo theme for some reason, just add the boss theme from Final Fantasy III, the DS version. I still think that is a really cool battle theme, the boss theme from 3, the DS version specifically, because the NES version is the NES version. 4. Okay, so you only need one song for Final 4. I mean, granted, 4 or 5, all the others have really good songs, right? But if it were me, right, you only need one song for 4 and one song for 5. So for 4, all you need to know is that I want a remix of the Battle Against the Four Fiends. That's all I need from 4, and I'll be set. Because even though yes, 4 has good songs, sure, but like if I could have that and that only a remix of that, then I'm good. Likewise for 5. Now, if there's one song anybody and everybody needs to know about Final Fantasy V, like they can know nothing else. They can know who Bartz is, sure, but like if you need to know one thing about Final Fantasy V, is that Battle of the Big Bridge is the thing. So either one or two options for this. Heck, or even both options for this. Have like the original, original SNES sounds for the Battle of the Big Bridge, or Clash of the Big Bridge, they call it. Or, and have a remix of it. So you can either have like its original remix, I prefer original remix, or maybe add the Record Keeper version of the theme, or even add the City arcade version of that theme, like some other modern take on that song. So, Battle of the Big Bridge, both are the original and a remix. That's all you need to know about 5, ever. FF6. Now, of course, you can't go wrong with FF6 and adding Dancing Mad. Now, the question is, are they going to include all of Dancing Mad, or they're going to just add the last part of Dancing Mad, the actual Kefka part, or maybe they'll just put a remix of it. I put like the original version of it, but then I realized as I'm narrating this, the whole Dancing Mad or just the part that's important. So I'm just going to assume it's just the part that's important. Because I don't think people would care for fighting in, like fighting all sort of stuff in Midgar stage while hearing this the first or second part of Dancing Mad. Oh, and also, why not? Let's add the boss theme from Final Fantasy 6. I think that's a really cool theme. Yes, Final Fantasy 6 has some really good music, but I think the boss theme is one of the better ones. Now, FF7, yes, this is like, it makes sense for quite a lot of songs to go on 7, sure. So let's go begin with the bombing mission theme. I mean, why not? If they're gonna, I think it's a really epic theme. It does fit the Midgar stage because the song only shows up in Midgar, at least as far as I can remember. I don't remember that song happening anytime else. So add the bombing mission because it fits Midgar. Alternatively, you can do the crazy motorcycle chase, but I want a remix of that because the motorcycle chase also only happens in Midgar. So, of course, it makes sense for a theme in Midgar to appear in the Midgar stage. Next, why not add the Genova theme? Because the Genova theme is also a thing. Of course, you don't have to add a remix, just have the original part. But finally, for February 7, okay, tell me if you don't think this is really stupid, right? Right? Again, Square Enix telling the wizard Sakurai himself. We're gonna give you permission to use the boss theme, to the battle theme, and not include one of the most iconic themes of Final Fantasy VII, and probably of the entire series. A theme so iconic that you can't go 2 steps into Final Fantasy realm without ever like coming across it. Like you can't even go to Kingdom Hearts without hearing that song. And what I'm talking about is One Winged Angel. I am super surprised that it wasn't even mentioned. It's not even there. Like, why is that song not in it? It doesn't make any sense. So, I want 2 versions of the song. The original version of the song, the whole thing, and either... Or actually, with OG, you can also do, like, maybe the Crisis Core version, or Advent Children version. But I just want the original version because it's not really complicated. And it's not really complicated when I ask for one of the Kingdom Hearts things, but that's way too complicated. And also, a remix of One Winged Angel. But for the heck of it, let's make it a remix medley with like One Winged Angel and the one chosen by the planet, because also tied with Sephiroth. So, in summary, One Winged Angel, the original version, another One Winged Angel, but with a medley, then Genova, then the Create Motorcycle Chase remix, and the bombing mission. 9. Yes, I'm skipping 8. I'm skipping 8. Also skipping a lot of some of the modern Final Fantasies, just so you know. For this, because again, I'm not familiar with modern Final Fantasies, and plus, all you need to know are some of the older ones, and people will be fine with it. Now, 9. Now, I could put the battle theme for 9. I could easily, because at least one of my favorite battle themes of all time. But instead, I kind of want to give Dark Messenger, because I think that the song fits Midgar more. But not only that, okay, so hear me out. Okay, hear me out, right? Normally, I wouldn't want to put like just minor themes or themes that are just kind of not worth it, whatever. But if I were to put any song of Final Fantasy and fit in Smash in general, I would have to pick Hunter's Chance, because I think that Hunter's Chance fits well with like Smash as a whole. I mean, granted, it's a bit of a minor theme in 9, but it's still, I find it really, really good. It's still one of the better themes of 9, and probably one of the themes I can easily remember from 9. Heck, this video was made because of this song, so I mean, it's because I wanted Hunter's Chance in Super Smash Brothers. So, no, granted, not as much as Battle of the Big Bridge, but it's like a really close third. 10, Otherworld. That's it. That's all you need to know. Because, again, I want this really super upbeat, really epic song. And the biggest and epic stuff in it, at least one of them, as I like to say, is Otherworld. And that's it. No more, nothing less than 10. Just that. Seriously, like, could you imagine, like, going to Smash Bros, going to the Midgar stage, and you see that song? Like, would you imagine people actually wanting to rock out to it? I mean, I would. Now, I'm skipping through the rest of Final Fantasies and go straight for the main battle theme of 15, I think called Stand Your Ground, and then that's it for Modern Final Fantasy. Because yes, you could probably put maybe something from 12, maybe the battle theme of 13. I was considering putting the battle theme from 13 in this, and then I don't even know a thing about 14. Heck, I don't know a thing about 11. So next up is 15, and it's don't know crap about 15. Stand Your Ground, because it's still an epic song. It's still an epic song. So what are you gonna do? But that's 19. I mean, yes, I actually put alternatives, but those I don't count those. So one more. So for tactics, this is the last one for tactics. There are quite a few options I kind of want for one tactics representation, but I've chosen one, but it might sound kind of awkward because it's similar name to another one, and it's called Battle on the Bridge. Now, this might seem a little awkward because it sounds like Battle of the Big Bridge. Yes, it is. And that's kind of, I don't consider a coincidence that one of my favorite Final Fantasy Tactics songs is that one. But, you know, it's completely unrelated. But I think they could, you know, title it Battle on Big Bridge Tactics, you know, to make it clear, differentiate from Battle of Big Bridge. I mean, you could put like other Final Fantasy Tactics themes, and then they'll be fine. But adding all some of the nice bodies is a really really hilarious idea, really hilariously bad idea. So okay, so if I were to put like, put more Final Fantasy songs into that Midgard stage, I'll put the following: the tune that's already there, a remix of the original prologue, a battle theme remix from Final Fantasy 1 or medley from 1 through 6. The boss theme 1 for 5C1, PSP version because it's the most modern version. The remix of the Chocobo theme, or a medley of the Chocobo theme, or the boss theme from 3DS. One of the two, although I'm going to lean towards the Chocobo theme because it's probably more iconic. Pikmin 4. Battle Against the Four Fiends for FF4, I want a remix of that. 5, 2 versions of Battle of the Big Bridge, the original and the remix. The boss theme from 6, Dancing Mad from 6, 2 versions of One Winged Angel from 7, the original and a remix. Genova, the Crazy Motorcycle Chains and Bombing Mission from 7, Hunter's Chance and Dark Messenger from 9, Otherworld from 10, Standard Ground from 15, and Battle on the Bridge from Tactics. And that is all for this video, so see you guys later, hopefully for more Smash-related ideas. I do have another Smash idea that I want to touch upon, and that's related to an item, but we'll see if we'll get to it.